to resist the temptation to dilute the currency. And it is a huge...
What's inflation? It's actually not really inflation. Inflation is when there's excess demand for limited supply, so the price rises. This is currency devaluation.
Two parties to exchange value over the internet in a transparent and trustless fashion, as easy as sending an email.
So what's been hearing about?
Now what it is they're trying to take, and when I say they, I mean central banks and the government are trying to take
in the world of trade and finance. So, come up to university, you get in the university and you're doing something to do with finance or tech, please make sure you learn about Bitcoin. So, it's the #1 leading cryptocurrency. And they sponsored us here, we just came, they required us to watch the movie and then to discuss. We learned just about Bitcoin, just that. Then they compensate us for lunch or some stuff. The organizer will shed more light. But on the other so the organizer is Patrick. Patrick, say hi. Put your right hand. So Sima, stand and say, yeah. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. And that's what we would have managed, but for the sake of time and everything else, the logistics, you can watch it at your home, and then we get another time to do some other sessions with other people. Yeah, see this out. Good patience here. Good. It was good for you. Thank you.
Mentioned capital markets. I'm happy to be here. For the first question, what I know about the mechanics and of our current fiat system and how it operates to a Bitcoin standard. Just as our moderator said, the fiat money is the currency backed by the public's faith in the government of the central bank that issues it. So it is based on trust in governments and central banks, which control the money supply. So central banks can print unlimited amounts of money, which often leads to inflation, as we've seen in the video, and this reduces the purchasing power over time. Additionally, the fiat system relies on intermediaries such as banks, transactions, which lead to inefficiencies, so like high fees and lack of privacy. So in contrast, Bitcoin operates on a decentralized network where there is no single entity that controls the currency. It has a fixed supply. I think in the video it was mentioned it's around 21 million coins. It's not around, exactly 21 million coins, ensuring there is scarcity. So the transactions are verified through a transparent and secure blockchain, so offering greater privacy, lowering transaction costs, and resistance to manipulation.
The monetary base layer of the world. Why do you think it's a yes or no? Why do you have that opinion?
Everyone, as stated earlier, my name is Kevin. I'm more of a freelancer. Based on that question, yes, I do agree that Bitcoin will be a beneficial layer or monetary layer in the world because it is more of it is decentralized, meaning no one can manipulate it. It can be used by any person, anytime. It is easily accessible through the internet. So it has no currency, meaning that you can use it in any other country. So it would be very beneficial if it was made universal in this world. Yes.
Okay, thank you for that, Kelvin. So, and it started in the West. So I would want you guys to tell us how different life was in the US, like pre-1971, before doing Bitcoin, than it is post-1971.
So as from the film, before 1971, the US dollar was tied to the gold under the old system. So this limited the government's ability to print money. So this connection to gold helped maintain price stability and restrain inflation. So life was like more predictable in terms of savings and holding their value over time. So after this, when the US abandoned the gold standard, the dollar became a fiat currency. So this gave the government and the central banks like a more led to high inflation, there's increased debt, there's also the financial instability. So the money is all, it shifted from being a stable store of value to a tool for managing economic policy that's often at the expense of long-term stability. Thank you.
So money printing, do you feel the most in your life, and how do you think you can mitigate those effects? I guess it's going to Kelvin.
The first effect of money printing would be inequality, wealth inequality. In this sense, when those people who have stocks, like when someone owns a Bitcoin, we've already said that it is decentralized, meaning no one can control it. So as it rises, anyone who owns it will have enough, or actually will never lose their money. But when you have a lot of money, in terms of cash, money printing that is, you lose it, its value goes down than what is universal. So meaning you'll have less than what the person who has Bitcoin. Another thing would be also, I'm forgetting the name, or inflation, yes. The next thing that money printing causes is inflation. In this case, right now, as a country, we're facing inflation whereby the prices of goods have risen, but our money makes, when you have a lot of money, it makes less or little, you buy little with what you have. So the other effect of money printing is inflation. And what you can do is actually get an asset. An asset never loses its value. The chances of losing its value is hard, like Bitcoin itself. Yeah.
And get to know what it's about.
So for the CBDCs, these are abbreviation for the central bank digital currencies. So these are the digital currencies that are issued by the central banks. So they are designed to function like the digital fiat currency, the money that we use currently. So while they may improve transaction efficiency, they are centralized, the meaning that the governments can track and control how they are used. But for Bitcoin, it is decentralized. It offers privacy, there's freedom, and there is resistance to censorship. So I'd agree with the film. It highlighted how Bitcoin promotes the financial independence. We've heard from the audience that it's bringing independence, and also it protects against federalization issues of money. And like for the central bank's digital currencies, which could lead to increased surveillance and loss of privacy financially.
And then you tell us why you agree or disagree with whatever I'll say. So, the first one, the film proposes that Bitcoin is more moral for money because it is borderless and open to everyone. So, do you agree or disagree? And then maybe you can speak a little bit into it.
Money. In this case, I agree. So I'd say Bitcoin being decentralized, it can be used in any country. It can be used anywhere else, and as you've heard, it fosters fairness. So as you use money here, the person in another country will use the same value of money where they are anywhere else. So yeah, I agree.
Okay, thank you. Just that's what you were speaking today. So the film proposes that Bitcoin is a more moral form of money because it defines the military-industrial complex. So do you agree or disagree? And maybe talk a little bit into it.
So for this is a complex claim. As from the field, the governments often they fund the military operations through the money printing. So with Bitcoin fixed supply, I think potentially limits by reducing the ability to create money out of thin air. For Bitcoin, it might take it harder to finance wars, as without the direct taxpayers' approval. So, but however, the impact will depend on how widely Bitcoin is used and adopted, and whether the governments they find alternative ways and maybe other ways to fund the military spending. Because as we've seen, they often they fund the military through the money printing. So it's a little bit complex, but it's possible.
Finance, this Bitcoin would be for you because religion encourages justice, it encourages fairness, and Bitcoin itself, its principles are also inclined to all this. They are fair, they are just, they actually support, what can I use? Let me just say fairness, they support fairness. So Bitcoin is aligned to religious, ethical ideas. If you are inclined to those religions, Bitcoin will also, it won't make it difficult for you to practice it. Yeah.
I would want to ask to Joseph, lastly, what part of the religious section do you agree or disagree with?
As my friend has said here, I think the transparency and fairness is one of the keys, aligns with the, as you said, the religious values of honesty and justice. But the connection between religion and Bitcoins majorly depends on how universally applicable the ethical arguments are made, because we are from different religions. So based on your knowledge on each, but for me, it aligns with what I believe in: honesty, fairness, transparency, and so on.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. That's need to get 3 people to give some giveaways. So I understand you guys watched the film for a while, but then I just want to know, like, what was your biggest takeaway from the film? Anyone?
It does not have time limit. It's on and off during the day and at the night.
Okay, that's nice. And like the banks have a session in yeah, you cannot operate, you cannot go to the bank through this. Even like, even though they are mobile like money, there are still limitations which Bitcoin does not have. So, yes. What's your name?
Helen.
Helen. Thank you, Helen. So yeah, we have Helen. And then the last question to our audience would be: how could you be part of a peaceful revolution that is Bitcoin? How could you be part of this? How do you think you could be part of this? Anyone? It's just an opinion. What you think? How you think you could be part of this? Okay, I guess we have a person.
Okay, according to me, I know there are many ways to be part of this project. So I think maybe creating groups whereby like we can communicate and yeah, at least we can educate each other on how to like have Bitcoin, where to buy, where is the investment divided, educating people so that they may know more about Bitcoin.
Yes. I think that's also like another way to be part of it, because we need almost like everyone informed. So thank you guys for having us. Thank you for listening to us. Yeah, I think you told my name. I'm Regina Wakari. I'm a network engineer, and thank you for having us.
Those who attended the meeting.
First of all, thank you for coming, and thank you for our panelists for such a good discussion. So, moving forward, we almost over with the session. I would like to invite one guy, Kipesa, I think pakona ka presentation tu hapo nako about Evento, how you're supposed to sign up, join Evento with any platform events. So yeah, that will be all about it.
Also, I'm here to talk about Evento. So simply, Evento maybe is like Instagram for events.
It was started in January 2024 and launched in June. So Evento has hosted hundreds of events that has helped connect thousands of people. So I'm going to list the benefits of Evento and what you use Evento for. So Evento is used to manage RSVPs, guest lists, and updates seamlessly. So you can create shared event photo albums through Evento. You can comment and interact with guests on event walls. You can DM new connections in-app, build your network by following and connecting with other users, and also you can build a community around your event. So Evento is maybe a site where you can RSVP for events, maybe an event like this one. So after this, maybe you guys, we are going to help you so that you can RSVP for maybe other events that we're going to hold. So I think that is just simply what Evento does. I have a question. And I have a gift. So, in 3 words, what is Evento?
Happiness.
In 3 words. My guy.
It's a link for joining events in simple terms.
Yes, for RSVP events. So after this, I'm going to send you 500 Kenyan shillings. Imagine everyone. That is how you would have earned. You would have gone home with 500 Kenyan shillings. But because you did not answer, they did not get anything. So thank you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Yeah, thank you very much.
There's a chat on the website. You can share pictures. Yeah, all that. It's an amazing platform, actually. So, on that, so the 4 of you, where's Ruby? Don't know we have to go in, so like, the gift, that guy, this guy, right there. And so kuna kitu ya kukula, so usiende tu hivyo, utapewa kitu ya kubishi, nakimbia kitu kingine. Also like kama unataka kujoin Evento, wako na hizi shirts. Like behind the shirt there are scan the QR code. You can join the Evento. Scan the Evento. So yeah, there are scan. You can follow our pages. God Bless Bitcoin on Twitter, TikTok. Yeah. Then so the first video works. The first 5 people to follow God Bless Bitcoin. Okay, you're gonna gift. The first